Good evening, Marines. My name is Corporal Cipolla, and I'll be talking today about fish. I know you guys probably as well as I do. I love seafood, right? I eat tuna every single day. How about you guys? Probably all the time, right? Lean, full of protein. But we're facing a big problem right now. Our fisheries are being depleted, and we need to do something about this. So right now, they're overfishing a lot of the fishing stocks. There's about 2 to 3 times the amount of boats out there that ocean can actually support. And this is a huge problem. We're facing a global crisis, and it's up to us to make a difference. Today I'm going to be talking about some of the causes and effects of how we can help stop this and prevent it for future generations. So we need to conserve critically endangered species from overfishing. And according to the World Wildlife Fund, the global fishing fleet is 2 to 3 times larger than what the oceans can support. People are taking out more what the ocean puts in. So we're running out of fish at an alarming rate. 53% of the world's fisheries are in extreme deprived. They can't even rebound from the problem right now. Through ruthless fishing practices, they dredge the bottom and they rip up all the coral and all the ground. It's destroying the ecosystem, and it's really putting harm on the environment. Some of it includes seabirds and dolphins. They're killing dolphins and throwing them right back in, it's unacceptable. So these are some of the steps that we need to take to stop this. And I got some of this information from overfishing.org. Their complete mission is to stop this kind of stuff. So we need to put guidelines and limits the amount of catch that we could do. The scientific community needs to get together and put out a certain amount of catch limits that each country can do in what areas to prevent this kind of problem from occurring again. Economics cannot play a role in whether we do conservation or not, because a lot of things might be nations depend on fish, right, for their economy, but in the future there's going to be no money to be made. So we have to look at it as a now problem and fix it up. We need to give protection to untouched fisheries. Things like breeding grounds and nurseries where the young are born, we can't fish there. Because if we fish there, you're taking away future generations that aren't sexually matured yet. And we can't do that. We need to protect key coral reefs and key forests that play a major role in the environment. I talked about that. And stop the dredging. So we need to monitor and enforce. We need a police force. And I was looking at the Canadian Oceanic Foundation, and they talked that we need to make a group of individuals work for the government that seek out these violators. There must be a very steep monetary penalty if we get caught. That makes it very unprofitable to fish again if you do this again. And repeat offenders must have their permits revoked. We must set up no fish areas where the fishing has been so depleted. We need to stop that and no fishing and let it rebound over a few years. So let me give you an idea of what our life would be like without this fish. I'm going to use sharks as an example. And I used ocean.edu. I got this information from it. So I know a lot of you guys are in Japan. I like shark fin soup, right? So they decimate the shark population, correct? And then what happens? The sharks and rays, which they prey on, go unchecked. They can have full reign of the ocean. They eat tons of bivalves and shellfish, and now there's none of that. And then you're paying 3 to 4 times for the same order of clams in a restaurant than you normally would. And pretty soon, only the rich can be able to enjoy fish. It's going to be something you can eat once a year, maybe twice a year on special occasions. So we're facing a global crisis, and it's up to us to make a difference. I'm calling for a call to action. I want the audience to be informed about the fish species they choose to eat. When you go to that restaurant, if you know something's endangered, don't eat that stuff. Choose something else. That's all I got for you guys. Any questions?
What would you do?
What would I do?
Fix this problem.
I would look at all the endangered fish like tuna. Tuna is being decimated right now. And I would stop eating tuna. I would stop eating Chilean sea bass. Chilean sea bass, the population is so low right now that a lot of restaurants aren't even serving real Chilean sea bass. Because they can't get it, or it's just way too expensive to give it for the price that you want it. Anything else?
Does this include whales and all that kind of?
Well, people don't really eat whales, but yes, whales are hunted. And, I don't know. And dolphins too, I think Japanese eat dolphins.
Fuck that, dolphins are like pets, bro.
Thank you for your time.
Hey, I got one.
Yes.
What exactly,
do the dredges do that fuck up the ocean? I
So
guess?
what the dredges do, it's a big net that tears at the bottom, and that's how it holds down to the bottom, and everything in its path gets soaked up. So you're pulling up coral reefs, you're pulling up plants, you're pulling up like useless species of plant, horseshoe crabs, other crabs that they don't want, they're catching other fish. And what do? It's dead. Once it's caught in this thing, they just throw it back out. They throw it back in the ocean. Now it's just plummeted, destroyed, and there's no life there. They have dead zones, and it's a big problem. Thank you for your time.